Hi, everybody. This week we're going to talk about value. Now, value is something unique to the individual. What one person sees as valuable may be different from another person. It is unique to that individual. Now, for me to bring this to light and get these concepts across, let's take a trip. Well, it's almost dusk in the French Quarter, and I'm on Royale Street right here on a balcony at the Omni Royale, listening to a guitarist on the corner, and a little bit later there'll be a saxophone player, which is just iconic New Orleans. And their sound fills the air here, and there's nothing better than sitting out on a balcony and watching the people go by and listening to the music of the city. And while I'm here, I thought it'd be a good idea to talk about value, because to me, this is the value of this. I really can't put a price tag on. Of course, I know the value in terms of the price that I pay for this. However, the idea of value is a pretty complex one. Now, at first glance, you can identify what is good value or bad value. You go through these mental exercises of value calculations daily, where you measure your own definition of value based on your experience and the product and the price you pay. Price can be any form of commerce. Time and money are the two most common forms of commerce in the hospitality industry. But if you don't remember anything else, I want you to remember this about value. It is the combination of product benefit plus service benefit less the cost or the price you pay. That's the basic formula. That's it. Pretty simple, right? Let's unpack this a little bit more. We know in revenue management, both the buyer and the seller profit. The seller, or the provider of this hospitality product and service, provides their product and service at a cost, and they charge a price that results in a seller's profit, okay? Now, that is a tangible benefit. You can put that profit in an account, and if you want, you can pull it out, touch it, smell it, and roll around in it if you want. Now, let me put some graphics to this. And as much as I would love to roll around and smell and touch and feel owner's profits, I'm not going to do that as a graphic. Here we go. From an owner or operator's viewpoint, or the seller, you have selling price minus costs equals the organization's profit, which, as I stated, is a tangible benefit. And then you have the customer's viewpoint, or the buyers. That would be you and I when we go out to a hospitality venue. You have the perceived value. That would be an intangible benefit. You take away the selling price, or the price we pay, and that equals our personal benefit, or our personal profit. And if you'll notice, in the customer's equation, the organization's costs and profits aren't a consideration. Let's look at the perceived value, that intangible benefit. That would be the perceived benefit minus the price you paid. That's great, but what makes up the perceived benefit? It's a combination of the product benefit plus the service benefit. So let's put it all together. You have the product plus the service benefit minus the price, and you have the value equation. Now we can affect the product and the service and the price to affect the value perception among our target audiences. To unwrap that service benefit a little bit more, the book dives into what they call the I's of service, or the N's of service. They are intangibility. That is, a service can't be touched or seen before it is purchased. You have an inconsistency element, that is, uneven performance will equal a variation in the services delivered. We've all experienced that. And then the concept of inseparability, that is, that you can't necessarily separate the service itself from the individual delivering that service. And then you have inventory, which is if it's not sold, it disappears. If you have a hotel that has 50 rooms and you sell 25 of them, the other 25 are perishable. And speaking of hotels and hotel rooms, let me give you a quick tour of the Pontchartrain Hotel. Real quick. The Pontchartrain Hotel is located in the Garden District on St. Charles Avenue, right in front of the trolley line. This 14-story property is part of the Imperium Hotel Group out of Chicago, Illinois. They have 14 restaurants. This property has 14 restaurants and a bar at the top called Hot 10. That's Hot 10 right there, one of my favorite bars in New Orleans. It has a great view of the city. The Pontchartrain was originally built in 1927, and it maintains many of the original features and architecture of that era. Here's a standard guest room. No two rooms are alike, which is part of its charm. The night I was there, 3 wedding parties were booked. Here's the main parlor with artwork from local artists. That's a portrait of Lil Wayne in the center. They say this hotel is haunted by some of the artists that have passed away. It's said they get a little rowdy when you move some of the pieces. I sped this up a bit. The waitress was not running that fast. And this is one of the restaurants called Jack Rose. Let me bring this full circle. We have the value calculation. Product benefit plus service benefit minus the price paid equals value. For me, yes, the product and service were great. If I had to rank them, I'd give them a 7 or an 8 on a 10-point scale at minimum. The price for me that night was $125. For me, that was a great value. Okay, so I hope that gives you an idea of this concept of value. We have the seller's equation, that is the owners or the providers of the hospitality service and the hospitality product. We have the buyers, if you will, that is you and I, or the buying public that visits the hospitality venues. We have their equation. We have it all put together into the product benefit, the service benefit, minus the price gives you the value. And then we also have the elements, the 4 I's of the service. We have that put in there as well. And I gave you a little example of how that takes place. So if you have any questions at all, you know how to reach out and find me. And please make use of that. I have no problems. You guys can talk to me anytime you want. So hope you got the concept of value. And if you need anything, let me know. Thanks.